Good.
So welcome to the day 2. So today in this section, with the acids and acid bases and the salts, we are going to learn the learning objective that is known as an indicators. So before going to the indicators, first recapitulate what we learned yesterday. So yesterday we learned what is an acid, base and a salt. So what is an acid? The acid, the substances which ionizes H plus ions is known as an acid. Now let us take some examples. Hydrochloric acid. So here HCl, it is splitting into H plus and Cl minus. So whenever you are adding into the aqueous solution, already I explained yesterday what is an aqueous solution. So the substances when it dissolves in water, so we call it as aqueous solution. So hydrochloric acid, when it dissolves in an aqueous solution, it splits into H plus and Cl minus ion. So the same way H2SO4, sulfuric acid. So here also when you dissolve in the aqueous solution, it splits into H plus and SO4 minus. The same way nitric acid. When you dissolve into the aqueous solution, it splits into H plus and NO3 minus. So in this all the cases you can see H plus ions are present. Means what is an acid? The substances which ionizes H plus ions is known as an acid. Now come back to the bases. So let us take some more examples of the bases. So what is a base? The substances which ionizes OH minus ions is known as a base. So now sodium hydroxide. So whenever it dissolves in the water, it splits into Na plus and the common is OH minus here. Okay, potassium hydroxide K plus OH minus. The same way magnesium hydroxide. Here also you can see OH minus. So the substances which ionizes OH minus ions is known as a base. And already you know what is the salt. The salt. Okay. So when the acid is reacting with the base, it neutralizes and changes into salt and water. Okay. So this is known as the salt. So here, not only the splitting of H plus ions, we learn some more information about the acids. So you can see that the splitting of ions are taking place here. So already I said that splitting of ions, H plus ions is known as an acid. So here, when this H plus ions, when it dissolves in the water, okay, H plus ions, when it dissolves in the water, it changes into H3O plus. So this is also an acid. So it is known as hydronium ion. So what is this called? This is known as hydronium ion. So this also comes under the acid. Means not only the splitting of H plus ions, even H3O minus ion is also comes under the acid. And one more information that you know water. What is the formula of water? H2O. Now let us take the pure water. So in this water also it is splitting into H plus and OH minus ions. H plus indicates acidic in nature. OH minus indicates basic in nature. It means that in the pure water also acid property is also present, basic property is also present. But you can see both are neutral. Means both the concentration is the same. So you can see the both are same. Both the concentrations are the same. So it is constant in nature. But whenever you add acid into this water, the hydrogen ions, the H plus ions will be increases. Then it becomes an acid. In the place of an H plus acid, if you add the base, OH minus ions will be increases. Then it becomes a base. Okay? Is it clear all of you? So I given two more information about the acid. So not only the H plus, even the hydronium ion is also comes under an acid. And the second information, even the pure water also consists of an H plus and OH minus ion. Means here also acid is present, the pure water also acid is present, even base is also present. But both are neutral in nature. But whenever you add acid in the substance in the water, the acid property will be increases. If you add base, the base property will be increases. So depend upon the concentration of an acid or base, that level will be increases. So this is the second information. Okay. Next one. Next one come back to the bases. So here in the bases, what is the base? The substances which ionizes. OH minus ions is known as the base. Here one more important thing how to understand about the base. The base is the substances when it is reacted with the acid, it has to give only the salt and water. Then only we call it as a base. Like example, you can see here, zinc oxide is reacting with an acid. So zinc oxide is a base. Okay, here it is reacting with an acid. It gives rise to salt and water. So what is the salt here? Zinc chloride is the salt and water. So this comes under the base because what is the base here? The base when it is reacting with an acid, it has to give only the salt and the water. Then it comes under the base. But check the second example. In the second example you can see lead oxide is present. Lead oxide is reacting with an acid and it is giving rise to lead chloride and water and chlorine. So here it is not only the salt and water, even chlorine is also liberating. So chlorine gas is also liberating. So here it doesn't come under the base. So you have to note down this point also when you are talking about the base. Okay. Now next. So next we'll talk about the indicators. Already we know that why we are talking about the indicators. So in the last section we observed that color changes by using the turmeric paper. So by taking the turmeric paper, so the turmeric paper is indicating as an indicator, okay, identifying as an indicator, and when you apply the soap water into this, okay, so when you apply the soap water into this, you can see the color changing is taking place. So this yellow color paper or turmeric paper is acting as an indicator. Okay, so we understand that why we are using the indicators. Indicators are using to test the substances. Okay, to test the substances. Now indicators are of four types: natural indicator, synthetic indicator, olfactory indicator, and universal indicator. Now here you can see here the definition: acid-base indicators of the substances which can be used to indicate the presence of an acid or a base by change in color. Okay, so now first of all we will talk about the natural indicator. First one, in the natural indicator, just now we took the turmeric powder. Okay, so turmeric paste. Take the turmeric powder and apply the mix with the paste and apply onto this, and we did this activity. So in this activity, what is the original color of turmeric? It is yellow in color. But when it is reacting with an acid, okay, so when it is reacting with an acid, it changes into red. Okay, you can see the red color formation here. Okay, you can see the red formations are taking place. Red spots are taking place. So that is an acid. And in the base, it remains in the yellow color. Okay, so this is the first example to understand about the natural indicator. First of all, what is the natural indicator? The natural indicator is the substances which is formed from the plants. Okay, so it is you got the substances from the plants. So the turmeric you got from the root of the plant. Okay, next one, red cabbage. Okay, now we'll take the example of the next example, red cabbage. Okay, so red cabbage. So the red cabbage is somewhat pink, brownish in color, reddish in color, the original color, and in the okay. So we'll see what will happen in the acid and what will happen in the base. So red cabbage, and in this, the first one, it is bluish green in color. Okay, and in the acid, it changes into red, and in the base, it changes into yellow. Okay, so the red cabbage, it with the neutral formation will be the bluish green in color, but in the acid it changes into red, and in the bases it changes into Okay, so when it is reacting with an acid, it changes into red in color, and when it is reacting with the base, sometimes it will be changes into the yellow in color, but most of the time it will be changes into the bluish green in color. Okay, so this is about the red tablet, the second indicator. The third one, litmus. Okay, so litmus. So litmus paper or litmus solution. Okay, it is obtained from a plant, lichen. Okay, lichen. So it is obtained from a plant called lichen. So whenever the litmus solution, when it is extracted from the plant, it is purple in color. Okay, purple in color. Then this particular substances, they prepared, they made in the form of two papers. One is the red litmus, another one is the blue litmus. Okay, the original color of the litmus solution is purple in color when they are extracted from the plant. Which plant? Lichen plant. So again, from the purple color, from the litmus solution, they prepared the two litmus paper. One is the red litmus paper, one is the blue litmus paper. You can see. So this is the litmus paper. So this is the red litmus. Okay, so this is the red litmus, and this one is the blue litmus. So you can see this is the blue litmus. So they prepare the two litmus paper. Okay. So red litmus paper will be changes into blue color when it is reacting with the base, and blue litmus paper will changes into red color when it is reacting with an acid. We know that vinegar. Okay. So vinegar, you can see the vinegar here. So vinegar, you know that it is an acid. When it is reacting with the vinegar, okay. So in the red litmus paper, you can see no changes are taking place. But the same thing, if it is reacting with the blue litmus paper, you can see immediately the color is changes. Okay. So in the vinegar, it is an acid. You can see the blue color is changing into the red color. Blue color litmus paper is changing into red color, and red litmus paper is, you can see the red litmus paper, it is not at all changing the color. Okay, the same way you can test in the tomato also. So tomato also you can see. So in the tomato, oxalic acid is present. So it is changing from blue litmus to red. But if you place the red litmus, here also you can see no changes in color. Okay. The same way, curd. In this curd also. So no changes in color. But if you place the blue litmus, immediately you can see how the color is changing. Okay. Okay. So these are the small examples to understand about how the color is changing by using the indicators. So this is about the litmus solution, and this is about the red litmus and blue litmus. And red litmus, it changes into blue color when it is reacting with the base. And blue litmus paper, it is going to change the red color when it is reacting with an acid. Now, this is about the natural indicators. So in the natural indicators, what are the examples we studied? Turmeric. Okay, by using the turmeric powder solution. And next one is the red cabbage. And the third one is the litmus paper. Now we talk about the synthetic fibers. Synthetic indicators. Okay, so now we talk about the synthetic indicators. So in the synthetic indicator, I am taking the two examples. Methyl orange. So do you know what is the original color of methyl orange? The original color of the methyl orange is orange in color. But when it is reacting with an acid, okay, so when it is reacting with an acid, it changes into red in color. but when it is reacting with the base, it changes into yellow in color. Okay, the same way we talk about the phenolphthalein. So in this phenolphthalein, the original color is colorless. Okay, in acid also it is colorless. But when it is reacting with the base, you can see it changes into pink color. Please remember this. So we are talking about the synthetic indicators. Synthetic indicators means it is the artificial indicators. Okay, so it is the artificial indicators, man-made indicators. Okay, it is prepared by minerals. Okay, it is obtained from minerals, and here the indicators are methyl orange and phenolphthalein. The original color of the methyl orange is orange in color. In acid it changes into red in color, and in the base it changes into yellow. And phenolphthalein, the original color is colorless, and in acid it changes into colorless, and in the base it changes into pink color. Okay, so now we will talk about the olfactory indicator, the third one. Okay, so what is the olfactory indicator? So here, when you are going to learn about the olfactory indicator, olfactory indicates smell, odor. Okay, so what is the definition of olfactory indicator? These are the substances whose odor changes in acidic or basic solution. Okay, so what is an olfactory indicator? The substances will change the odor in acidic or basic substances. Like what are the examples for olfactory indicator? Onion, cloves, clove oil, or vanilla essence. So these are the examples for olfactory indicator. Let me give some more examples of the olfactory indicator. Like suppose a onion is present. If you got the chopped onion, and just take a small piece of a cloth and place the chopped onion and close it tightly and keep into the airtight container. Or else you can use the polythene cover and place into the polythene cover and tie it and keep into the refrigerator for overnight. And next day, if you open that and remove that cloth and use like a sample and test with acid and base. So take the paper, take the cloth, cut into 2 equal halves and test one cloth sample with the acid and test with the base. So you will get the difference how the smell is changing. The same way, suppose for example, we will go for the restaurants. So on that time we will take the biryani or something else. So after eating it, you will get the smell. After washing with the normal water, you will get the smell in our hand. Okay. So but if you use the small lemon piece and clean it off, then again you won't get the smell. You won't get the odor. Okay. So in the first starting when you are washing your hand with the normal water, why you are getting the smell? Then after using the small lemon piece, why the smell is vanished here? Because you are using the citric acid to clean it off. So it is acting as an indicator, the acid. So here the acid is reacting with the smell and it is vanishing off. So this is also the example to understand about the olfactory indicator. And not only that, cloves. Okay, take the container and remove all the clouds from that. But even though after the bottle is empty, also you can see the smell is present. So by this you can understand the olfactory indicator. So in this today's section, what we learn about the indicators. In this indicator, we studied about the natural indicator and synthetic indicator. In the natural indicator, the examples are turmeric, red cabbage, and the litmus. And the synthetic indicators, we learn about the methyl orange and phenolphthalein. And in the acid, how the color changing is taking place. We observe that in the acid you can see the red color, in the orange and base in the yellow color. Phenolphthalein you can see colorless, and in the base you can see pink color formation. So next we will continue in the next section. Thank you.